Everything costs more. You need to change how you handle money, not just hope it gets better. And today, we're breaking down what the cost of living crisis in the United States really means for your wallet, your future, and what you can do right now to stay ahead instead of falling behind. For millions of Americans, the cost of living isn't just a headline, it's a daily reality. Groceries are higher, rent is higher, bills are higher, and yet for a lot of people, income is moving way slower than the prices around them. This widening gap is changing how people budget, how they save, how they invest, and even how they plan for big life choices like buying a home or starting a family. If you've been feeling like your money doesn't stretch the way it used to, you're not imagining it. Inflation might be cooling on paper, but the lived experience for everyday households says something different. The early 2020s created a perfect storm. Supply chain issues, rising energy costs, corporate price adjustments, and a prolonged surge in housing demand. Even though inflation rates have slowed, the price increases that already happened didn't fully go back down. That means you're paying 20 to 40% more for essential items compared to just a few years ago. And while wages have risen in some sectors, the increase hasn't matched the cost jump for most households. So Americans are entering a new financial era where the old way of managing money doesn't work anymore. And that's why you need a new strategy, not just more hope. Let's start with the biggest pain point: housing. Rent has exploded in cities and even in suburbs that used to be considered affordable. Homeownership, once the American dream, now feels out of reach for many because mortgage rates doubled within a short period. If your rent has gone up by hundreds of dollars, or if you've postponed buying a home because the monthly payment feels impossible, you are part of a trend affecting millions. Housing isn't just more expensive, it's reshaping how people live. Roommates are more common among adults, families are downsizing, and more people are moving to lower-cost states. But if relocation isn't an option for you, then adjusting your financial habits becomes essential. Next is food. Grocery prices in the U.S. have risen sharply, especially for basics: eggs, bread, meat, milk, fruits, and vegetables. Dining out, which used to be a small treat, now costs nearly as much as a small grocery run. For many households, food is the category they feel the most every week. But hidden inside this crisis is a financial trap. People swipe their credit cards more often to cover the difference. That leads to higher balances, more interest charges, and more stress. So the cost of living isn't just about paying more. It's also about the long-term impact of relying on credit for day-to-day expenses. Transportation is another burden. Gas prices may fluctuate, but insurance, maintenance, and car payments have all gone up. The average new car payment is shockingly high, pushing many people into used cars that are still more expensive than before. And for commuters, these rising costs hit every single day. Even public transportation fees have increased in some cities. So when we say everything costs more, we literally mean everything. Healthcare is a long-standing problem in America, and the cost of living crisis is making it worse. Higher premiums, higher deductibles, and rising out-of-pocket expenses mean more people delay care or skip it entirely. That may save money now, but it increases financial and personal risk later. And medical debt continues to be one of the biggest financial stressors for American families. What do you actually do when the entire financial environment changes around you? You adapt, you tighten your strategy, and you focus on controlling the things you can control while protecting yourself from the things you can't. The first step is becoming brutally honest about your numbers. That means tracking your real monthly expenses, not the ones you think you have. The cost of living crisis has made small leaks turn into big losses. Subscription renewals, higher utility bills, delivery fees, grocery inflation, impulse purchases, they all add up. Tight visibility over your money gives you back a sense of control, even when the environment feels chaotic. The second step is prioritizing essential expenses and trimming non-essentials with intention, not emotion. You don't need to cut out everything. You just need to focus on what brings value versus what drains your bank account. A lot of people are accidentally funding lifestyle creep without realizing that companies are raising prices quietly. Being selective with your spending is no longer optional in this economy. It's a survival skill. The third step is building a crisis-proof emergency fund. And no, it doesn't need to be perfect. Even $500 to $1,000 gives you protection from sudden expenses like car repairs, medical visits, or utility spikes. In a world where everything costs more, your safety net needs to grow with it. The fourth step is learning how to earn more efficiently. During a cost of living crisis, raising income matters more than it did in the past. Whether it's improving your skills, negotiating your salary, switching to a better-paying job, or launching a side income stream, extra earnings give you breathing room that cutting expenses alone can't create. The people who thrive in this new economy are the ones who build multiple income sources instead of relying on just one. The fifth step is protecting yourself from debt traps. Credit card interest rates have skyrocketed, averaging over 20%. That means carrying balances is more dangerous than ever. If you're relying on credit to survive, then step one is stabilizing your cash flow. Step two is reducing debt strategically, using methods like the avalanche approach to destroy the highest interest balances first. The goal isn't perfection, it's momentum. And finally, step six is making your money grow, even in a tough economy. Investing doesn't stop because prices go up. In fact, investing becomes even more important during inflationary periods. Whether it's retirement accounts, index funds, ETFs, or employer-sponsored plans, slow and steady investing helps you build long-term financial resilience. Even small contributions add up, and the earlier you start, the more powerful compounding becomes. The truth is, the cost of living crisis isn't going away overnight. Prices may cool, but the new baseline is likely here to stay. That's why the smartest thing you can do for your financial future is to adjust your mindset and take control of your money with intention. You can't wait for the government, the economy, or corporations to make life cheaper. You take back control by making smarter decisions today. If you're feeling the pressure every time you check out your groceries or pay your bills, you're not alone. Millions of Americans are navigating the same storm. But you have something powerful, the ability to adapt your strategy and stay ahead of the game. And that's why staying informed, planning effectively, and making smart moves matters more now than ever. Hit the like button if you're feeling the pressure. Subscribe for survival finance tips. And remember, even in a tough economy, smart money habits give you the leverage to protect your present and secure your future.